Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you also, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world. Okay, my little beautifuls and my little lovelies. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious and wonderful time wherever you are in the world today. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads. You're deliciously bright. Well, actually, they are, aren't they? Now, then, my delicious little babies. So the weather in our neck of the woods in the old UK, well, you know, if it's raining, it's raining. Okay, surprise, surprise. Okay, and also for the fact that no wind. It always tempts me, you know, when I say that. I've never said it before, you know. No wind, no rain. I don't know, you know that song? Ain't no mountain high enough. You know that one, yes? Anyway, all took the notice. I do have a bit of a bad moment, my delicious little babies, okay? So even though I've had very little sleep, do you understand what I mean? I'm seem to be full of flipping beans this morning, okay? I was a little bit tired, you know, yesterday evening, you know, when I did a video, okay? Well, it was, you know, last night. But I just wanted to have a little talk about, you know, some little things, yes? Anyway, so, yes, so if you do like the video today, if you could please click on the like, and if you wish to subscribe, please feel free to do that as well, my delicious little babies, yes? Now then, so let me just make a start. I've got so many things to say, my delicious little babies. I mean, it's flipping this way and that way. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Anyway, I just want to cover as much as what I can. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes? So, right. So I'm just going to say, actually, I've just been seeing, looks like family and friends. God bless her beautiful, dear little souls, a dear lady in the opposite road to me. You know, it was her, very sadly, God bless her beautiful, dear little heart. It was her funeral service today, it seems. So been seen walking down the road. May she rest in peace, and her beautiful little self and a beautiful little husband. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so yes, I mean, the EU, right, they come out with only according to what I'd heard, my delicious little babies, only according to what I'd heard, okay? Now, you know, they come out with the crack, you know, that nobody could have any more petrol and diesel, do you know what I mean, to put in their old brum-brums, do you see what I'm saying? Anyway, well, things seem to be changing, it seems. Do you see what I mean? That's only what I've heard, my delicious little babies. You know, others of you may have heard something else, okay? But you see, they're trying everything to, there we are, to bully. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies, yes? It's still going on in Oxford. Just let me have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. So it's still going on in Oxford. Do you see what I mean? It's like they're not wanting to listen, you know, to the residents of Oxford at all. Okay, but you see, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. You see, the more and more that they do all these things, I mean, we've seen where, was it in London, where, I think it was London, where they were burning the plant pots, you know, that they've put there, you know, to stop others from driving down the road. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? And of course, it's just not going to work, which I already knew. And I did another video, you know, where they were snipping the old wires. Well, to be honest with you, if it was me, I'd be flipping snipping the old wires. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? Anyway, so that seems to be continuing, but God bless them in Oxford, and God bless them in, you know, London especially, do you know what I mean? But you see what it is, they're doing it everywhere, but they're just not going to be able to sustain it. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, they're just not going to be able to sustain this at all, because you see the amount of fines that they're going to be handing out. Well, you know, and of course, you know, we're already seeing, aren't we, you know, that that nobody's paying. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes. So really, that's the situation there, okay? Now then, let's have a look. Let's have a look. That's where I have to start from. Okay, so I was listening to the early hours of this morning, okay, because I was listening to different videos this morning, okay. I was just having a little bit of a trouble sleeping, really, my delicious little babies, because I've had some hot flushes, yes, over the past couple of days. Sometimes I go a bit like that. Do you understand what I mean? I never know if I'm in the park or the pictures. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so yes, I hear that Mr. Donald Trump, being indicted. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, which of course, they're doing this. We all know the reason why. Okay, I mean, all that they've done from the very start of all of this, my delicious little babies, they've just given the man flipping grief. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And because, if he's not sort of in the club, shall we say, do you know what I mean? It's like, do you want to be my gang, my gang, my gang? Do you say? I was going to say something else then. Mind you, Gary Glitter, I mean, he wasn't a very nice man, was he really? But then we find a lot in these circles, shall we say. They're not very nice either, are they? Do you know what I mean? So that song was very appropriate, I feel. Oh, just got a little bit of a singing voice on me today. My delicious little babies, please take the notice. So yes, so of course we got this now, and what the idea is, is to stop him running. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and trying to get things on him, which of course, they cannot get nothing on him. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but again, this is all a form of bullying, it seems. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, but, again, we get back to ka-ching. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, that's what it comes down to. So, when you pay these other flipping idiots to do these silly things, these stupid things, I do not like that word stupid, but we have to use it sometimes. Do you see what I mean? Then, just to go and do things like this to a man who hasn't done nothing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And of course, he was exposed in all of the, to do with the last election, where Mr. Trump should have been president. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But I mean, the man there shouldn't be getting grief at his age. I'm not saying that to be nasty or anything. And I know that maybe he has made, some mistakes along the way. But at the end of the day, the fact is that he does not deserve this, my delicious little babies. But of course, there's all different agendas. There we are. There's all different agendas going on here. So we have to be, keeping an eye on this. And of course, there we go. I knew fully well, right, because this is going to cause, unrest, okay, especially for Mr. Trump's fans. Okay, all of his followers. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so it's going to upset them, okay? I also heard as well, my delicious little babies, yes, that, was it the USA, America, that, there's something to do with the ruckus to do with Mexico. It's only what I've heard, my delicious little babies. But anyway, just get back to Donald Trump just for a second, yes? I hope he's, at the end of the day, I hope he's all right at the end of the day. Do you understand what I mean? But at the end of the day, all he's trying to do is what he's trying to do. There we are. And all he keeps getting is grief. But it's, it doesn't just affect himself. It affects his family as well. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so they're all going through it. God bless them all anyway. So that's that. But like I said, as a businessman, I think he's, there we go. I think he's banging. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes. But the more and more he pushes it, is the more and more that those, and the putrid little lackeys, are going to give your man there more flipping GBH of the hero, and more grief. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So that appears to be that. But so, God bless Donald Trump. I hope there we go. I hope he sorts this all out. But one must also remember that because there's other agendas and other things going on, yes? And I'm sorry to have to say it again, but I am going to say it. This is even more distractions, isn't it? Yes, but let me go on to Mexico. So Mexico, I haven't even wrote that down actually about Mexico. But apparently in the America, those, right, that they wanted to go into, only from what I've heard, my delicious little babies, wanted to go into Mexico, with the old cartels, okay? to cause bother there. Do you see what I mean? So they want to bother here, bother there, bother bloody well everywhere. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. So we just have to be keeping an eye on all these things, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes. I mean, nobody wants this shite. Do you see what I mean? It's like it's continuous, isn't it? Anyway, so that's I'll just put next to that actually Mexico, just so that I know that I've mentioned that. I'm going to tick that off. Okay, because I've got loads today, my delicious little babies, yes. Where am I now? Oh yeah, the old weather modification. Now, what I've got to say about this, my delicious little babies, yes, this is what I have to say, okay? This is my own personal views, a woman with a view, and my own opinions, okay? So others may have a different opinion or a different view, okay? But that is, like I've said before, and I'm going to say it again, that is the beauty of life, isn't it, right? But this is actually on YouTube, so therefore my video should not be removed, okay? And it really pees me off when I have to say this, my delicious little babies, about my videos. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes? But this is actually on YouTube. And what they were talking about is when it was the Olympics, yes? Well, you know, they use the old zuzums, yes? To, you know, to change the weather. Yes, there we are. To change the weather, yes, so that there wasn't any rain. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Now I did a little shorts video, you know, which is on my which, you know, it is under, you'll be able to find me if it's, you know, under me, a Tarot Virgo, then you'll see with a subscribe, it's Woman with a View. Okay, my delicious little babies. But I was actually showing not far from where I live, the old zuzums, okay? And the lines that they leave, do you see what I'm saying? Yes. And of course, I've been done telling everybody for months and months and months and months, you know, so for those of us who do know, do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies, you know? Well, we know these things, do you see what I mean? But sometimes you have to point these things out, and that's not being nasty to others out there, yes? Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, well, anyway, this woman this morning, she was talking about, yes, weather modification and everything, and the US military. Okay, my delicious little babies. So I just mentioned that, okay? But you see, the thing is, this is what's been going on for many years, okay? But what it is, every time somebody mentions something, okay, and that's another reason as well, my delicious little babies, why things were going on TikTok. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and they wouldn't really have their video removed or anything. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, it was rather a mixed bag, I feel, last year of videos that they were, you know, shushy, you know, keeping hushy. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but the fact is that this has been going on, there we go, long time. Do you see what I mean? And of course, it has a huge effect on us here and on our beautiful little babies, our beautiful little animals, creatures great and small, little and large birdies and little and large animals, yes. And not to mention all of our plants, trees, flowers, grass. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And of course, you know, when it comes to the old farming as well. So it covers a lot of things. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. So that was interesting to listen to, my delicious little babies, yes. But like I say, I already know there we are about these things, okay? It's just really for more just to, and this is what all these different videos are about, my delicious little babies, for others out there to start paying serious attention, there we go, to what is going on around them. Do you see what I mean? Up above and down below, okay? Because it's like bang, bang, bang. They're just, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway, so then I was listening to, because I'm seeing where I'm going here. So then I'd heard on another video, okay, that the WHO, the World Health Organisation, okay, are now saying, my delicious little babies, only for what I've heard, my delicious little babies, yes, and now saying that healthy bairns, you know, like healthy children and healthy teenagers, okay, what they're saying is that they do not feel that they need the old jab, jibby jab. Okay, and I've just put a question mark next to that because the reason why we're asking the question, aren't we? Okay, why they would be saying this, and then I just followed it on by my own wording. Yes, running scared. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because of course this is big time what they've done. Do you see what I'm saying? And the number, there we go, what they've done on the world. Do you see? And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who they are, nobody is above the law. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, but because, you see, this is what I said, and I said it from the very beginning, my delicious little babies, right? You see, when you rush, there we go, if I even say it, when you rush these things, okay, and you're not quite having, and I'm so very, very sorry to any dear delicious little baby out there who has either very sadly passed away and, you know, left us, or for any delicious little babies who have been severely injured by this procedure, okay? But the fact of the matter is, right, is that when those and the putrid little lackeys, because that's what the World Health Organisation is, the WEF and all of that, there's others running things that you never see. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes, and of course, you know, they use, there we go, they use who they need to get there we go, to get jobs done. Do you see what I'm saying? Which we know a long time for those of us, there we go, who know. But when this has not quite had the, what we would say is the desired effects, okay, because it hasn't, very sadly, I'm sorry to have to say this way, my delicious little babies, but it has not worked as quickly, there we go, as what they wanted it to. Well, basically, it was, as we know anyway, you know, which I knew a long time anyway, that they were using a dummy version, you know, for some anyway. Do you know what I mean? Yes? But for others, very sadly, they got the real thing. And it wasn't very pleasant, and it certainly wasn't very nice, okay? So, yes, ones need to be keeping, just have another sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. So ones need to be really keeping an eye on what's going on here. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? So, yes, I definitely feel that they're running scared right now, yes? Do you see? And, of course, when you rush things, okay, you're going to make mistakes, aren't you? It's common sense, yes? Do you see? So that's what's happened there, my delicious little babies, but it's certainly showing something, okay? I'm not going to necessarily say that that they're going to change direction here. I mean, of course, you know, it was only not so long ago that they wanted to get to pass it through, you know, wanting to have only, according to what I'd heard, my delicious little babies, to pass it through as an emergency, you know, so that they can flipping jab, definitely flipping jibby jab, others out there, yes? Which leads me on to saying, now, I was listening to another video, you see, because like I said, you know, I couldn't sleep really. My mind just wasn't resting for some reason, my delicious little babies anyway, other than my hot flushes. But in America, excuse me, sorry, just to let you know that they're wanting to put, you know, those and the putrid little lackeys, they're wanting to put mRNA, you know, mRNA, to be put into the food in the USA, okay? Now, I mentioned on another one of my videos, okay, all to do with the, you know, the GMO and things like that, which, of course, you know, we've already got in, there we are, we've already got it in the old UK anyway, do you know what I mean? But, yes, so for those of you delicious little babies who are maybe not familiar with this, okay, because for most, well, you will be familiar, but for some other delicious little babies, you will not. What this basically means is that those who have not had the old jab, do you see what I'm saying, jibby jab, yes? That once this goes into the food, okay, that, well, it's, in other words, they're doing it a different way, okay, to get the old jabs, jibs into those who have not been jabbed, jibby jabbed. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Which, of course, as we very well know, is illegal. It is totally illegal. You know what I mean? Because say if somebody eats something, could be anything, meat or anything, yes? So they're eating that and they haven't given consent. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? And to have all these different things happening to their bodies. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Just like the old flipping pandemic and everything what's gone on there as well, my delicious little babies. Let's not forget about that. We must never forget what has happened. I certainly will never forget what has happened, my delicious little babies, and the damage that it is very sadly done to those delicious, beautiful little babies out there and beautiful little animals and everything. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so that's what I've got to say there. So just to let you know, my delicious little babies, you need to be, you know, for those of you out there, my delicious little babies, and of course, you know, in America, and do you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is the crack that there we go, that they're at, and that's only what I heard, my delicious little babies, yes, which anyway, I was done the same months ago, you know, that I had a very strong feeling that we're going to be doing something like this. She said to me, they've got to find some way, whether it's through the water supply, whether it's through food. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Because as we very well know, they've got piles and piles and piles of these putrid flipping... Do you see what I mean? Liquid. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? Okay? So it's just to make you aware, but please, you know, because, you know, in our neck of the woods in the old UK, well, you know, the whole of the UK, do you see what I mean? They need to be flipping on the ball as well. There we go, here as well. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But these are sneaky, slithery little snakes in the grass and lower than a snake's belly. I mean, how would they like it if somebody, you know, was to not tell them with them eating their food? Do you see what I'm saying? Well, they would not like it, would they? But they would want to take it upon themselves to do it to us. Do you see what I'm saying to you? The putrid pieces of shite they are. Anyway, so that's so I thought I'd let you know that. Now, I've seen another video, and it was only very short. And again, this was the early hours of the morning, because a lot of this was the early hours of the morning, you know, my delicious little babes out there. Now, there were some politicians in Austria, because it's like, you know, it's all circle, 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 okay? Now, what a large number of these politicians were doing in Austria, yes, is that they were pulling up their sign, okay, because they didn't want to hear what Zelensky had to say, you know, the president of Ukraine, you know, the one who's allowed the country to be, there we go, to be run into the ground. Do you see what I mean? And of course, all the truth is not being told, especially with your old box in the corner of the room. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, well, it simply just didn't want to hear your man there. So they just put their signs up. I watched it. It wasn't a long video, yes, my delicious little babies. They just didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear his voice. Well, who would? Do you understand what I mean? Because he's just another, and this is not swearing, my delicious little babies, he's just another bitch for them. Do you see what, there we go, do you see what I'm saying? And that is not swearing, okay? So that's that. Now then, so I thought I'd tick that off. Well, anyway, you know, for the politicians, you know, who do seem to have part of a brain, okay? Well, they clearly did the right thing, didn't they? And if more and more, you know, were to do the same and not listen to this shite, then it's going nowhere. Do you see? There we are, okay? Now then, so something else I heard on another video is that they're talking about Amsterdam. Now, I know quite a number, actually. Amsterdam is not a place where I have ever wanted to go, my delicious babies. It's just not my kind of thing, yes? But I do know a fair few. Usually, I've got to be honest, my delicious babies, there have been males, okay? And of course, you know, some like to go for the, just have another sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Some like to go for the scenery, okay, my delicious babies, okay? Others, well, you know, it's just to have that bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? For others, you know, to have a bit of the old puff, puff, wacky backy. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but the large number of I've spoken to, and this is over the years, my delicious little babies, there we go, no word of a lie now, right, swear down, right? Either half of them cannot remember what the whole weekend, or if they're there for 3 or 4 days or whatever it is, actually went on. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so they're clearly either out of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, totally flipping tanked up. Do you know what I mean? Or puffy, wacky backy. Do you see what I mean? And for others, you know, like I've just said, you know, wanting to have a let's just say a bit of entertainment, okay? So, yes, so I've heard on another video that, you know, each to their own at the end of the day. You know, if you've got consenting sorry adults, well, it's the way it rocks and rolls, isn't it, really? Now then, and of course, as we very well know, because for most of us, so I'm not saying anything against Amsterdam, I've actually seen a lot of photographs, yes, and I've seen a lot of footage on Amsterdam. And yes, I mean, it looks like a pleasant place. But like I say, it's just not my kind of thing, my delicious little babies, do you see what I mean? But for others, they're into that sort of thing, you see what I mean? So I was not insulting Amsterdam at all. Well, what they're talking about now is trying to keep the men away. There we are, from Amsterdam. You see, what we've got to see here, my delicious little babies, is what's going on. Do you see what I'm talking about, my delicious little babies? So please, you know, if you hear something, then you know what I mean. At the end of the day, I'll just sort of mention it, okay? Now, in our neck of the woods in the old UK, so I was listening to another video, but that was this morning, you know, not long before I come on the old camera. And to yourselves, my delicious little babies. And, you know, Rishi Sunak, the flipping twat, little frog, you know, Kermit the Frog. Well, there does not seem to have been a lot of, from what I'd heard, you know, usually they're the first, aren't they, you know, to, you know, especially with box in the corner of the room. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, they're usually the first to, you know, to talk about the, you know, the campaigns and things like that, yes. Well, anyway, just to let you know that, well, very few turned up to the little frog, Sunak. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes. And really, if anybody had half a brain, well, they should never turn up. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, they run it into the ground. You know, food prices went sky high. Energy, gas and electric went sky high. They're not looking after their man and woman out here, or families, or animals, beautiful little animals, or anything. Do you see what I mean? They're not looking after anybody. So if anybody did turn up, well, here's what I've got to say. Now, I don't really feel that I'm being nasty here, my delicious little babies. What flipping twats and twits. Yes, that's all I can say. Okay? Because like I've said before, and I'm going to say it again, nothing changes. There we are. Nothing changes. Do you see? And when others out there get it into the old noddles, dong, dong, ding, ding, ooga, ooga, once they get it into their old noddles, well, we're all on the same song sheet. Do you see? Because none of them are there to serve us. Do you see? So anyway, well, that was good news. Anyway, I'm highly delighted. Do you see what I mean? And there could be another reason for this. Actually, I would say there's a few reasons for this. There we go, okay? But I would say another reason for this, my delicious little babies, is because, you know, maybe keeping it, on the old low. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because, I mean, at the end of the day, maybe they do not want a hurl of abuse. There we are. That's them being one of the reasons. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But I certainly do not feel that they're, you know, there's something else going on. Okay? Behind the scenes, behind the curtains. please, my delicious little babies, can I just please put you on pause? You know the reason why I've got the heating on, I'm flipping roasting hot. I shan't be a moment. I'm very sorry about this. Please and thank you. I'm sorry about that, my delicious little babies. 3, 2, 1, beam me up. There we are, my juicy little lads. Now then, yes. So I'll just have to go and turn the heating off, my delicious little babies, because 1 minute I'm flipping hot, next minute I'm cold. Okay. Anyway, so thank you for being patient with me there. So anyway, yes. So I'd say that there's a number of things going on there. Okay, why that was kept shushy, hushy, okay? So I just thought I'd mention that, my delicious little babies. Now then, what else do I have to talk about? Yes, so here's another thing as well. So we've got a Kia, only from what I've heard, my delicious little babies, okay? Only from what I've heard, okay? On another video, okay? Because I like to discuss other things. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. So we've got the Kia Sportage engine, okay, and there appears to be, you know, these are like the more modern cars, okay. There appears to be some problems, okay. Now, it seems that, you know, they're not really wanting, only from what I've heard, my delicious little babies, okay, words to effect, they're not really wanting to, let's just say, show a light, there we go, on all of this. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but there does appear to be some Kia Sportage engine problems, yes, and when somebody's, you know, complaining about it, you know, who happens to have one of these vehicles that they have purchased, well, it seems, you know, there's no man to go to. Okay, so I just thought I'd let you know that, my delicious little babies. Now then, you know, just thought I'd mention it, okay? But of course, you know, I mean, really, I should not get into trouble for this because, you know, mentioning Kia or anything like that, because, I mean, you can mention thousands of cars, couldn't you? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but I just wanted to highlight something. So for those of you out there, if you do seem to be having a few issues with the old car, then, you know, I just feel it's a case of just, you know, just keep trying, if you know what I'm saying, to get the matter sorted. I remember some years ago, and it sort of jogged me old noddle, my memory, that Toyota had an issue, and I'll never forget this, you know, because I knew a couple of man and woman, yes, where they'd actually purchased like a brand new Toyota, yes, and again, I shouldn't get in trouble for this, okay, for mentioning, because you can mention thousands of cars, okay, and there's plenty of videos on old YouTube that at the end of the day, you know, which would discuss different makes of vehicles, but anyway, and what was happening was there appeared to be a panic because there's a problem with the brakes. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, so what they had to do is, you know, pull the cars back in. Do you see what I mean? And explain to the customers, you know, who'd purchased these vehicles that there appeared to be issues with particular vehicles. And I remember that years ago, okay? So something just made me, you know, jog me old noddle. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Anyway, now another car that seems to be having issues, because I like to listen to car programs, you know, like, you know, videos, sorry, you know, because it's programming, okay, so do forgive me, I'll change the word in videos, okay. Well, another one that seems to be having a few issues as well, it's a certain Kia, by the way, there we go, certain Kia, okay, sorry about that. But also the certain Suzuki one as well, particular model of a car, okay, so there seems to be also issues there, okay, my delicious little babies, but like I said, I should not get into trouble because, you know, thousands, if not millions, talk about cars on a regular basis, don't they? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, my delicious little babies. Okay, so I thought I'd just mention that for it, so if anybody's having issues, okay, and of course, you know, you can also, something's just coming to me old noddle, You can also, you know, go on to, you know, a search engine of your choice. I mean, I like DuckDuckGo, okay? DuckDuckGo, but, you know, you can sort of see, and with some, you can actually get, and I remember this well, from years, because, you know, cars that I've had, yes. And then, you know, you want to see how all the mechanisms, how everything works, yes. Do you see what I mean, okay? But you can actually go, there's certain, you know, places where you can go and you can actually look on there, and then you can see diagrams of things and everything. Do you see what I'm saying? And then print them off, okay? So that whoever it is, if it's a mechanic or something's just making me say that. I haven't even wrote that down, but for some reason I'm saying it, okay? Then you can see all of the, how the mechanisms of the car, you know, works. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So I just thought I'd mention that, my delicious little babies, okay? So now, where else do I need to be? Right, now I heard the early hours of this morning as well. My delicious little babies is an elderly gentleman in Russia, and he was arrested because he happened to be talking about certain things that had, you know, taken place in Russia. Okay, well, I mean, at the end of the day, and again, this is all about, you know, free speech, isn't it? And of course, you know, we've got it in our old UK, because at the end of the day, right, the situation is clearly this, my delicious little babies, right? It's like, you're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to say that. But you're not allowed to say it because it's the flipping bloody damn well truth. That's the reason why, my delicious little babies, yes. But to go and arrest an elderly gentleman where he was speaking the truth of how he sees things, he knows about the history I'd gathered by this video that I'd heard. He knows about the history. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But that should be no reason to arrest somebody, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? But this is how silly and stupid, and once again, I do not like that word, my delicious little babies, but sometimes we do have to use it. Look at the stupidness. Do you see what I mean, of what they're doing? You know, I mean, that dear gentleman, I mean, it could be, I do not know, but it could be that he's never been arrested before in the whole of his lifetime. There we are. And then, you know, finds himself in that situation just for having a view, just for speaking his truth. But this is the ridiculousness of what's going on, my delicious little babies. It's absolutely, honestly, it's crackers. Then, oh, sorry, excuse me. I need to come up for air. Just have another sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Then I heard on another video this morning that a French lady, she'd posted a comment to do with that silly little flipping pleb, Macron, in France. And because she'd posted a comment, you know, clearly not very happy, not liking him. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, again, this is the truth. And dear God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth just loves the truth. I do not do that as often now, do my delicious babies anyway. So she's been arrested. God bless that as well. And God bless the elderly gentleman as well. Can you see what's going on here, my delicious little babies? Yes? You know, we should all have, okay, we were given the breath of life, okay, for those of us, God bless, who are blessed to live, okay, the breath of life, and we were given where we should be able to speak freely, no matter what country we're in. Do you see what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? But can you see the silliness, what's going on here? Yes. So have the old Bill got nothing better to do than go and arrest ones for speaking the truth now? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Well, they must remember these, some of the old Bill, the way that they behaved, okay? Because I tell you, they'll certainly have far more enemies than they'll ever have flipping friends. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Now then, so that's that. Now, let's go on to Elon Musk. So I was reading up on something yesterday, okay? Now, as you all very well know, for those of you delicious and wonderful little babies out there, that I'm not keen on that man at all. In fact, I do not like him. I do not know him, and I do not like him, okay? So, I mean, yes, I will be honest, I can be rather judgmental. Yes, I can. Do you know what I mean? Please do not get me wrong. I have many faults. Do you understand what I mean? The same as many others out there. Do you see what I'm saying? I believe myself that we all have flaws, do you see what I mean, of one way or another, okay? And I also believe that, many of us can have imperfections, do you see what I mean? I have imperfections, but what I'm saying is that it is those very same things, like the flaws that one has and the imperfections, which make each of us, there we are, who we are. Do you see what I'm saying? Just like our beautiful little babies, our little beautiful little sons and daughters, little and large animals, little and large birdies, little creatures great and small. We all have our own little way, of what makes us who we are. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. So, but no, I don't like your man there. I've done other videos anyway. And anyway, one of my videos got taken down anyway when I mentioned him. And I mentioned a couple of countries. And look what happened there. Do you see what I mean? Removed. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Well, it seems, because we already know this. So for those of us who do know, yes, they've been putting up these low, like little satellites. I've got it here as well, in our neck of the woods in the old UK, right? Somebody actually said to me the other evening, they said, I thought it was a star. Well, it'd have to be a flipping rather large one, but God bless them, do you know what I mean? And I had to explain, no, it's not a star, it's something else. Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay. Usually outside mine, you'll have one sort of over there and one over there. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, anyway. Well, there's been over 1,000, God bless the beautiful baby little souls, animals, everything from monkeys to other little animals. Okay, because it's all to do with this AI, okay, my delicious little babies, and what it is, to plant it in the brain, in the brains, okay, these beautiful, oh God, rest the beautiful dear little souls, these beautiful little animals, yes, and of course it has not been successful, because they were wanting to do that on the poor beautiful little animals first, okay, because they want it obviously to come to us, my delicious little babies, yes, to connect our flipping noddles up to AI, okay? Sounds very far-fetched to some of you delicious, sorry little babies out there, but it is true. All of this is true, my delicious little babies, yes? You see, so I do not see your man there as being a very nice man, but I know this anyway. Do you understand what I mean? I know this anyway, okay? But of course, the plot thickens and things get, and this is not swearing, a hell of a lot worse. Do you see what I mean? But it's just to make others of you out there, my delicious little babies, who are not aware of this. But I read a lot of things and I look at a lot of videos. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? And some videos, do you know what I mean? You're not sure whether to believe. Do you see what I mean? We've all fell into a trap where, it has not been quite correct. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But I know for a fact that I got this flipping right, and it's a very flipping long article. Okay? And God rest the beautiful little baby animals who are suffering because of all of this, okay? Simply because those and the putrid little lackeys, they want to flipping link us all up. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But we just go back to what I've just said. Each of us has, and I'm going to use another word, okay? We all have an inner beauty and we have an outer beauty. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And we have a creative side and we have all of these things, which is what they and the putrid little lackeys are trying to remove. Okay, my delicious little babies? So I'm just letting you know, okay? But no, I do not like Elon Musk. I do not trust your man there as far as you could throw him, okay? And I do not care how much ka-ching he's got, right? And because at the end of the day, he fronts this, he fronts that. There we are. I said it before and I say it again, okay? So as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't got his flipping ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change from being honest, shall we say, just like the rest of them. Remember, circle, circle, circle. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? They're flipping tea leaves. They're flipping all of them are. So anyway, so I'll tick that one off. Now then, there is one more thing I'd like to mention. So they're all ticked off. Now, there was one last video that I was listening to this morning. Well, actually, there is another one. I've just got to listen to the other half of, but I know what's going on there, yes? Which I do, because it's all to do with Oxford and everything in our neck of the woods in the old UK. Well, not exactly where I am, but, you know, up the road from me. Now, this is called, because this particular video is, and I'm going to tell you the truth, my delicious babies. Like I say, occasionally I am going to advertise, right? Because I see certain things as being of, you know, utmost importance, okay? Now, if you was to tap into the old space bar in YouTube, okay? Scientists, new discovery in the Sahara, you know, the Sahara desert, my delicious little babies, yes, that changes, there we are, everything. Okay, my delicious little babies. So I'm just going to repeat it once more for you, okay? Scientists, new discovery in the Sahara that changes everything. Now, what this is talking about, because it's rather a lot to go into, even though it is, there we are, even though it is a rather short video, okay? But what this is talking about, because if we look at like the deserts, well, as we very well know, you know, and I've been on plenty of sand dunes, there we are, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, that, you know, you don't see anything for miles, you know, and do you see what I mean? You've got camels, you know, well, I've been on camels. And, you know, they're all delicious little babies. You know, occasionally some of them spit if they're not very flipping happy at somebody. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Mind you, they can be rather uncomfortable to sit on, actually. I find it rather uncomfortable. Oh, God bless them. But anyway, they're very strong, aren't they? Strong animals, God bless. Anyway, and but I'm going back years ago. But what I'm saying to you is, okay, delicious little babies, is that, you know, you do not see anything for miles. Do you see what I mean? It's sand, isn't it? Okay. Well, there's I've only wrote down one place, my delicious little babies, okay, and this is Niger. So they're like they have a population. Okay, this is just one of them. Okay, my delicious little babies. They have a population of 8 million. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? Now, when you look in the old subscribe, it should say leaf, you know, like a leaf off a tree, leaf of life, okay, my delicious little babies, okay, and that's on YouTube, okay? I think it's got 888,000 subscribers, okay? But it's not very long, my delicious little babies. No, it isn't, okay? Now, you're probably wondering, well, why am I mentioning this? Now, again, what we go back to, and I'm just going to close my book, okay? What we go back to, okay, is all this climate change, crocodile. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies, yes? So what I'm saying is, you know, and how due to the old climate, and then we're talking about, my mind serves me correctly, I've got to try and remember this video now, because I listened to it just not long ago this morning. Was it from the 1950s? And then there was certain, you know, and of course, bit by bit, you know, it was becoming less and less water and, you know, and things like that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but when you're looking at this now and what they're talking about with things changing, I'm just taking bits and pieces out, my delicious little babies, but you need to listen, please, sweet, yes, and watch the video, which is only very short, please, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Then what they're talking about is they've been doing these, it's like half of a circle, you know, like, do you remember at school when you used to have the old protractor, okay, like for mathematics, you know, it's like a half of a circle, yes? Well, they look like that. And then what it is, they, you know, growing different things. Do you see what there we are? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, anyway, it was an interesting little video to listen to, my delicious little baby. So I wanted to point that out, but my whole pointing things out, yes, is that what has happened, and like in other countries and things like this is man-made. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So when you're removing the water and like, do you know what I mean, and doing all of these things, okay, well, do you know what I mean, it can have, shall we just say, a negative impact, okay? So I know what I'm saying to my delicious little babies, but you just need to please just watch this short video. It's really hard for me to explain it all, okay? But I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so that's the video, my delicious little babies, okay? Now, thank you so very much for anybody who even takes time to even listen to my video today, okay? And I know that there's rather a lot, there we are, there's rather a lot in this video today, so it has, you know, gone on for a while. But I just wanted to, you know, explain things and get things out, you know, with my old camera. Okay, my delicious little babies. And a lot of it really is food for thought as well. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but you see, that video there, it's very important to, before I even say it, to read in between the lines. Okay, and it's all about listening very carefully. Okay, my delicious little babies. So until my next video, oh, my lights have just gone off and on. Okay, are we having a party? Okay, so until my next video, my delicious little babies, sending you so much love. Please continue to feel the love, okay? And please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand, and to some delicious little family members, friends, work colleagues, please show them the love. And please tell them that they're beautiful, wonderful, juicy and delish, and that you love them so, okay? So until next time, take care now, and please try and take care of others. God bless, much love, thank you, bye-bye.